Capricorn, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for November 3rd through the 6th of December. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you're new to the channel or this type of astrology, do check the description down below because your sign might be different. All right, Capricorn, so this week we've got the fog lifting with your ruler Saturn squaring up to Neptune, coming out of that 1-degree orb. We have the sun easing up off of Saturn too, the early part of the week, and that square up to Neptune with that as well. So the veils lift, a little bit of uncertainty dissipating, and this is going to be a long transit. It does go on for the next couple months, but not nearly to the extent that it's been for the past couple weeks. And I think this week is certainly lifting in regards to that. As you look at the transit graph, you can see that it comes out of its 1-degree orb here on Saturday, technically, but we'll start to feel a lift, especially as the week unfolds. So let's go and look at this on Monday. The sun still very close to your ruler Saturn, so you guys could be feeling quite expressive, quite grounded with your self-expression, which is great. Usually with sun over ruler, we are feeling that, and it's deep. It's always meaningful. It's always got to be raw and real, which has been not only Saturn and the sun in Scorpio, but the sun rules your 8th house, which is the way you do express yourself. So all of that's very grounding this Monday. And then on Tuesday, we do have a nice aspect involving Mercury. Mercury does trine up to Uranus. So there is some new perspective, new and exciting things in terms of the way you view collective matters and the way you view community, networking, that sort of thing with Uranus trining up to that. So it could be through the communications, it could be through socializing or something like that. Quite exciting, quite new, and it depends on your personal chart to the extent of that, but at the very least helping you get a new refreshing take on those areas of life. And it could even be new and exciting for your routine as well as the adventurous spirits of life, since Mercury does rule both your 6th and your 9th houses. One thing I want to say too, about this uncertainty, it really is involving in many ways that community or group stuff, because that's where Saturn and the sun are, So continuously grow and expand, as I'm sure you have been, in terms of building community, in terms of building friends, in terms of building networking, your ideals and your visions. The 11th house is about our dreams, it's about our visions, our ideals. And when your ruler comes in here, you're focused on that. And you can build that and take it, one step at a time. So that's been the overall theme. And then with that within that context, we do have that nice little energy from Uranus. And then the sun here, there's a lot of awareness and prana and energy to gain through that. Now, in terms of a little bit later in the week here on Friday, Mercury then squares up to Jupiter, which actually comes across as quite optimistic. And this is about everything deeper in life. You've had Jupiter in the 8th house, so there is this wisdom you're learning about the truth, about life, about what's really meaningful to you, who's really meaningful to you, what life truly means in general, in terms of beginnings, endings, and changes. And there's a lot of that wisdom that should be heightened here around Friday. And a good flow, I think, in terms of your optimism about you conveying the truth, or opening up, or whatever it might be for you. So very good there, but do keep both feet firmly on the ground, as is often needed with a square from Jupiter, because we can be feeling quite exuberant and quite optimistic about it, which is great, so long as we are keeping both feet firmly on the ground. Now, over the weekend, the sun does sextile up to Mars, so there is motivation and drive into those 11th house things I talked about, which is quite nice, especially with this fog sort of lifting in that area as well. And likewise, Mars has been in your 9th house, so there's probably a lot of drive and motivation to understand more about philosophy, understand more about life in general, about travel, about adventure, overseas matters. And so it's a good way to move energy in that way, is to learn and to share and to communicate with Mars here. So there's a lot of prana over this weekend. Now, with that, though, Mars does start to square up to Pluto, and that's going into next week, when there's going to be change happening here in regards to these areas. Your whole life path is going to be changing, your view of life. Be open to change with this. Pluto, is always really getting down to the depth on the core at what needs to be changed. And the more open we are to doing that ourselves, then we become the agent of that change. And that's going to be very important, as it has been with this T-square and all these fast-moving planets, but especially Mars, especially involving things relating to your home, to your family, to those group and community things. The more open you are to change there and restructuring those areas, then this does become very, very constructive. All right, Capricorn, so that's the general energies of the week. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Hope you guys have a great one. And if you haven't already done so, do check the 2-for-1 readings I'm offering between now and the end of December for the holidays. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.